Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and today we're going to do another experiment, and I don't know where this is going, but this is based off something I saw on the internet, which is sometimes dangerous to do. I'm not naming any names, but I watched this other food guy. What he did, he took a piece of prime rib. He had his home cold smoke thing. He put it in there for 1 hour, and then he dry aged it for 60 or 70 days. But if you know anything about dry aging, it creates this awful looking crust on the meat, which is called the pellicle, and you have to cut that off. It's not really edible, looks ugly, but what it does do, it protects the meat on the inside so that it loses the water, develops that flavor. That's why people dry age. But I'm watching it, and I'm like, no, you cold smoke it for an hour, which does nothing if you know anything about cold smoking. Then you're cutting off the outside, is what absorbed any smoke, but an hour is not long enough. So I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do it, I think, the right way. I don't have a dry ager, so I went to my local butcher the other day. I picked up this beautiful dry aged ribeye. He couldn't remember exactly how many days it was dry aged for, but he told me it was between 60 and 70, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this dry aged ribeye, which all the hard work's been done for me. I'm going to cut it in half. Half we're going to have as control, and the other half I'm going to throw in the smoker, which I've set up already. It's been running for a little bit, cold smoking. And I'm going to leave it in there for 3, 4, maybe 5 hours, depending on how it looks, and I'm going to play that one by ear. And then once I've done that, we're going to bring them in and then fry them off exactly the same, and then do a taste test. Will it actually put some flavor into it? I don't know, but let's find out. Here's the ribeye. Very expensive, but I'm willing to do this because, you know, I end up with a good steak anyways. And this is what we're using. Forgive me, I forget the exact mixture, but it's maple, beech, and birch, I think. This is a very fine sawdust. I've used this many times before, especially for doing my cold smoked bacon, which I will put the link up there. So what I do now, I take some charcoal, because you need an ignition source. You need this stuff to smolder. So I take some charcoal, get that going, and then basically have the charcoal here, and then make a mound of the sawdust right beside it, so that just smolders nice and slow and giving off that beautiful smoke as it's going down. And it does not raise the temperature in the smoker. It's cold outside today, which helps, but when we go out to hang this piece, I'll show you. The temperature probably doesn't get anywhere over 20 degrees in the smoker, which is awesome, which is what we want. Enough talking, let's prep this and get it going. I just want a little side note. I'm not here trying to start a pissing match. I'm not naming names, but when guys have big channels and they give you, I'm going to call it misleading information, I don't like that. I will be the first one to tell you I don't know something. I'm very transparent on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. That's the way I like to present my videos. I do know my own stuff, and I will impart that on you when I can and show you what I do know. But yeah, I'm not trying to start a war or anything, but I just think the guy did it the wrong way, and let's do it the right way and see what happens and see if the cold smoke actually does anything. We're outside and let's talk about transparency. I'll show you the close-up, but that temperature gauge hasn't moved. So it's like 10, 15, 20 degrees inside the box. I'm going to show you. I can touch the box, the fire box, put my hand on there. That's how cold it is up top. But when we open the door, we have the charcoal and then all that sawdust right there. With the smoke stick, we're going to hang this like this. Put it up here. I know it's kind of dark probably, but there it is, hanging. All that beautiful smoke is coming up. Get that closed off. What we're going to do, I'm going to let it go for at least 3 hours. The only thing I'm going to do is come back outside and maintain the smoke. At 3 hours, let's come back and take a look. Okay people, it's been 3 hours. Oh yeah, and that's snow on the ground. We are in Canada. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful smoke. I'm gonna take it out, just show you. Oh yeah, it's sawdust is just smoldering away beautifully. It has been now just over 5 hours. I'm gonna go pull it. It's getting dark, it's getting late. So I'm gonna get it in here, let it just relax probably 15-20 minutes. And then we're gonna cook the control and the smoked one. But what I'm gonna do right now is take the temperature. I want to show you what the temperature is inside. 19.1, 18.9 degrees Celsius. That tells you how cold the smoker was. Just one more thing. I am not adding salt and pepper to these steaks. I'm going to put them in the pan, like I said, just with olive oil. I don't want to affect the flavor any more than need be. If I want to add salt after or pepper, I'm going to, but for the initial test, nothing. So we've got the control, and then we've got the one I cold smoked. Now this is probably the hardest part of the experiment. Gotta let them rest. We're gonna let them rest for 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna come back and slice into these bad boys. Moment of truth, here we go. So visually, the cold smoked one actually looks different. Where it made contact with the pan, it actually browned off differently than the control. I don't know why. Both look great. Nice and, yeah, really, it's very different. Anyways, let's go. Control. Nice, medium rare. Beautiful. Here we go. That looks good. Now we're going to taste them. Here we go, moment of truth. Let's go with the control first. Beautiful. Dry aged flavor, beautiful. It's totally what I expected from a steak like this. Now the cold smoked. How tender that is. Oh wow. They're both missing salt and pepper, which is okay for this test. But yeah, you do get a little bit of smoke flavor. Not a lot. It's just there. It's there in the background. That's interesting. But you can definitely smell it. You can really smell that smoke compared to what's just normal cooked steak. Oh, that smells so good. Damn. Like I said, you get a little hint of it. So if you're gonna do it for an hour, it's not gonna do anything to your steak. I had this in for 5 hours, cold smoked. I hope you guys had fun with that. That was another experiment done. Total success? I'm not gonna say, no, not total. It works, but you need to give it time. I've done it for myself now, and feel free to try it yourself, but you're gonna need to get at least 4 or 5 hours or more cold smoke before you actually pick up any decent flavor. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go finish these off now, and everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I hope you actually like these experiments that I do. I really do. I learn lots, which puts it in the knowledge bank, which is awesome. If you want to show some support, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave me some comments, and till the next one, everybody, happy eating.